C-stands are one of the most popular stands you'll be using on set. The first thing you want to know when you use a C-stand is that the collars are tight and they're secure. So this is a collar. If this is secure, that's working properly. What's inside the collar is a brass brake shoe that holds this riser in place. If this is not secure, what can happen is as you put the light or fixture on there and you go to lift up, it comes apart and it poses an unsafe condition. If that happens, when you are working with American and Matthews C-stands, which are made in the USA, they're SAE in terms of measurement. That's a Society of Automotive Engineers, and you have to use your Allen wrench, which is an SAE size, which means it's measured in inches or fractions of inches to tighten it up. C-stands generally have 2 to 3 Allen screws that tighten it up. If you own your own, you should use Loctite. Pull the Allen screw out, put Loctite on it, and re-secure it. That way when you go to transport it, it won't shake out of place. Now, let me take you through some of the different types of C-stands. This C-stand happens to be a spring-loaded C-stand. It's got no knob on it. This one does. This is a different type. We'll talk about that in a minute. This one is a spring-loaded one. The simplest and easiest way to deploy it or to open it up is this way. Put the head on the ground, take your left hand, open it up. That's it. There are many other ways to do it. This is probably the safest and most acceptable way because you're not fighting with it this way or between your legs where you can grab other equipment, people can run into you, and it causes a safety hazard. This way is the safest. You have full control of it, and you can see everything around it. And to put it away, use your outside leg, not your inside leg, your outside leg to close it up, put it away in the rack. Another type of C-stand that we're going to go through is this one. This one is a non-spring-loaded stand. The whole thing comes apart when you loosen the knob, and it has registration marks to collapse it. Same thing, when you have full control of the stand, you're going to loosen it and then lock it into place with the notches. Once that's locked in, you tighten it, look behind you, make sure you're safe, and then maybe take a half step forward. That's a non-spring-loaded C-stand. This is another type of C-stand that has a knob. Now this knob allows this leg to move up and down independent of the rest of the two legs. It's called a sliding leg, or sometimes referred to as a Rocky Mountain leg. So what this does is after you open it up, this leg will slide up and down. This is handy when you are working in places that you have staircases. For example, if this was a stair, and this was a C-stand, obviously we have a little bit of an issue. So what you can do is take this one leg, get this where it's level, and set it up that way. You're still secure. After you sandbag it, maybe once or twice, you're ready to go. Let's talk about the right-hand rule. This is a very important rule. In photography and in video, we're definitely allowed to break the rules when it comes to creativity. This one you should never break because it's a safety issue. The right-hand rule states when you stand behind the stand, behind the knuckle, the big knob, the locking knob, has to be on the right side. Again, standing behind the stand, the locking knob has to be on the right side. Because when it's on the right side, and whatever's forward or ahead of it, whatever you put on there, this will keep tightening. This will self-tighten. If you were to stand behind it on the other side, it'll self-loosen. So here's an example. If I were to put the light here on this end and someone were to walk into it, it'll self-tighten. It gets tighter as it goes towards the front. And if I did the other way, it self-loosens. So, right-hand rule, very important. Standing behind the stand, the locking knob has to be on the right side. Now let's talk about the different sizes that's on top of the C-stand and as well as other lights or light stands. This is a baby. If you notice, it has a little safety notch here. It's a little cutout. A baby size is 5/8 of an inch. That cutout allows you to put a light on there. Once you secure that light, even if you're off by a little bit, if you haven't totally secured it up, it'll have a little play in there and it should stay on. But I highly recommend you get in that safety catch and you crank it down and make sure it's tight. Again, that's a baby. This one is a junior. This is a junior size. A junior size is 1 1/8. And if you notice, this actually is attached to the light and it goes into the junior receiver. And again, that also has a safety catch on it. Other accessories that have baby sizes on them will be this baby plate. It's not the size of the plate, it's because it has a baby pin on it. And one of my favorite clamps is a carded leaning clamp. Also has that safety catch on there and the baby size pin on it. Sometimes we like to use bigger stands than the C-stand to hold our equipment up, even though we have a baby size adapter for our lights. This is a junior to baby adapter. This is a junior, which is 1 1/8, to baby, which is 5/8. Let's talk about C-stand position and leg placement as well as sandbagging. So on the C-stand, after you have fixed your light, which is, this is a baby, the 40-inch arm that you put it on is also a baby. After you put it on there and go to extend it out, you want to go over the top leg, which is the biggest leg. This is a really secure way to do it, and yes, you have to sandbag it. Now you are secure. If for some reason you can't have that front leg go up against your set, in case you have a piece of furniture or a sofa or something, you can do it the other way, the exact opposite, which is 180. Now, yes, you're going to be very unstable here, so be careful. Keep your hand on the stand and double bag the back of it. Now, you are totally secure. Let's talk about storage and standby position for C-stands. This is the proper position for standby on a C-stand. It's the most compact you can get with an arm and a knuckle. This might look okay, but that extra 2 inches, that might be too much for some of the smaller hallways or as you stack onto carts. So this is a proper standby position for a C-stand. Here's a tip or a trick. On sandbags, I got 2 sandbags on there right now. To get rid of the sandbags, I could bend over and grab them with my arms. Now that's going to be that's going to be hurting me all day if I do that. So the best thing you can do, use your biggest muscle, lift up, kick it off. Save your back. And then stack the C-stand in a row. And another trick is get the big leg in the same direction. That way, as you go to stack, they'll be neatly in a row. So I can pull from one direction as I need very easily, or from the other side. I can pull these very easily. And that's because I use the big leg facing the same direction. Whether or not I have different manufacturers or different positions of these stands on here in case some are turned. And that's C-Stands 101.